about real estate. And I go, boom, they initially love me. And then they walk me through the house. We get back to the table. When we're walking through the house, I always ask the same question. If I had cash in a briefcase or a buyer sitting in my car and I do not, what would you take for their home right now? How much would you take for it? And if they tell me a number that's within my search criteria that I came up with, I say, we can definitely get your house sold. Number one need on 6 human needs is certainty. If they come with a number that's way out in the atmosphere or stratosphere, and I'll just say, how did you come up with that number? And I won't talk anything more about it because I know when I get back to the table, that's something I'm going to have to overcome, right? So we get back to the table. And I do the same thing that you guys do in the buyer. Don't get confused on this. We build rapport. We find out why they're selling their home. We find out what they want to do next. And then we share our VIP seller presentation. You guys all have it. It should be downloaded on your computer with your bio and everything already. We share our VIP seller presentation. And then once we finish the seller presentation, it's the same process. We go into the documents and then they sign them right there in front of us or on Zoom. If you do this on Zoom, don't ever get off Zoom until your documents are signed because they won't get signed, okay? They won't get signed. And you'll be thinking, oh yeah, I did a great job and I'm going out having margaritas. And then a week later, you still don't have a signed listing or buyer agreement. So if you're on Zoom, side point, don't ever get off of Zoom physically with them until they sign. All right. So we get back to the table. I've built my rapport. I've done my VIP buyer presentation. And I'm like, I'll do the same thing. I get ready to close my laptop. I always say the same things. What questions do you have for me? I don't say, do you have any questions? Because if you ask somebody, do you have any questions? What do they say? I don't have any. You want people to have questions because you already know that at some point you're getting ready to get to this exclusive listing agreement that says 7.5% and 597, half of the profits, everything is on this listing agreement. You know it's about to be a boatload of service and a boatload of money for you and your family. So you want them to have as many questions as possible. So make sure you word questions the right way. If you ask them, hey, do you know anybody? No. Do you? Anytime you're in sales, you say, do you? The answer is no. Who do you know? What questions do you have for me? I do it to you guys all the time. It's part of this is part of my body now, right? Tell me something good going on. It forces your brain to think about something good all the time, right? It's just